program you can find across the African continent. Today is the 20th day of January 2022. So 20012022, and it is going to be a very long January. Somebody asked me that, Charlie, are we still in January? I said, yeah, and says that January, maybe we'll have 44th January, 77th January. And surprisingly, ending of January doesn't really come early for you to get your salary. So the last one you take chop Christmas, nothing is coming again. Anyways, today I have a very, very touching and inspiring conversation to have with a very hardworking lady. She inspires us a lot, and she hasn't stopped doing great for humanity, for Africa, for Ghana, and the world as a whole. Before we come to her, it's very much important I run a very special editorial on children with functional problems. And I would want my producer to, if it's ready, if we can quickly have on display a particular chart. It says that distribution of children under 18 years old with functional disabilities in Ghana. Somebody would also say with autism problems or children with autism, or she'll give us a better education in all of those things, whether we are quoting it well or not. But there are certain statistics that we want to put across so that we look at it, scientifically, or with pure evidence on what is really happening on the grounds. So if my production team has it on display now, as they are working on it to have it on, okay, we have it currently on our screens, and it says that distribution of children under 18 years old with functional difficulties in Ghana. So we all know how our bodies are supposed to function, and so when people suffer or have autism and all of those things, what really are the ratio or the percentages? And Ghana has been grouped into within our regions, as it were then 10 regions. So let's look at this. This report was in 2018, and we are yet to have a 2022 current data of all of this graph. Now it says that in northern region, children who have autism or functional difficulty constitute about 10% of the general data of children with such functional difficulties. Greater Accra has recorded 15%. Upper East recorded close to 20%. Central region 20%. Bronga Hafu, you have all of those graphs. Now, what is even alarming is that Volta region happens to have the highest recording with children with functional difficulty. And if you look at Central Volta region, it says that close to 30% of the children that are given birth, 30% of them have this functional disabilities. Ghana has an average functional difficulty problem close to 20%, about 18 to 20% in that. And this report is official from the UNICEF. This is from the UNICEF Ghana Statistical Service, and Ghana Statistical Service also helped in this particular collation of this data. So it was important that we bring it to you. There's another one we want you to look at, and it says that distribution of children under 18 years old with functional difficulties. So this one, you have the specific number as we have it. Northern region has 8%, Greater Accra 13%, Upper East 15%, Central region 17%, Bronga Hafu 18%, Ashanti region 19%, Western region 20%, Upper West region 20%, Eastern region 26%, now Volta region 29%, and Ghana's average is 19%. And wow, quite alarming. But join the conversation by sending a text message on 0548503799, 0548503799, or text message and on WhatsApp message would accept the message. Now, if you're watching us outside Ghana, across the over 30 African countries that we are live inside, make sure that you add the Ghana country code is 00233, then you add 548503799. Don't forget to also go on Facebook, click the like button and share for people to also get to watch all what is happening here. My guest is already seated. Like I said, she's a great inspiration to many women and even to some of the guys as well, if not many of them. And we have Alice Babaga Akosia Amwako. She's a digital social entrepreneur, founder and director of Autism Ambassadors Ghana. And today our topic is going to be challenges with autism people and the role of the community. You're welcome.
Thank you.
Such a pleasure to have you here. Happy New Year.
Many happy returns. It's good to see you always.
Yeah. But first of all, I mean, being the director of Autism Ambassadors of Ghana, I want you to tell us brief about your organization, what it has done so far. Then we move deeper into the conversation.
Thank you very much for the opportunity once again. So I'm Alice Mamaga Akosiamuako, and I work with Autism Ambassadors of Ghana. So it's basically a social enterprise that brings together professionals and volunteers to promote autism awareness and also support lives of children living with autism through technology. So the technology stands as our main tool of change because I have a background in IT. And so as a young person, I saw it as a biggest skills to help support children living with autism. And so the organization has developed an Android app called Autism Aid app.
You're kidding?
Yes.
You have an app developed?
Yes, which is accessible across the world for both iOS users and Android users, which enhances communication for children living with autism. Beyond the digital innovation, we've worked with various organizations through CSR support and partnerships to be able to reach out to communities and promote more awareness, because in Ghana, the stigma is so high, you don't even want to have an idea about it. It's terrible. And so it is one of our work and mandates.
Stigmatization currently, 2022?
Yes, for children even with autism, their families, and even for us who work with the children, is that kind of a depth of stigma. So we go into communities to talk to people about autism, and then we also organize trainings for teachers, nurses, and even families to know how best to relate with our children. So our work in Autism Ambassadors moves from the laptop and digital devices into the communities to support the children as well.
Wow. Yes. You don't just hide behind the technology, but you also make sure that you touch lives and all. So like I told you guys, we are having an exclusive interview with the founder, director of Autism Ambassadors Ghana. She's also a digital social entrepreneur. And Alice Mamaga Akosia Amwako is with us here in the studio. So you can join the conversation by sending us a message on 0548-503799, 0548-503799. Now, the Ghana Student Most Beautiful 2022. 2022, wow. Voting is ongoing. Now, it's also important to let all the ladies, the contestants get to understand that in 3 days, 23rd of January, they are supposed to submit their first project, which has been assigned to them, so the judges can start awarding them with the needed marks and also put it on social media. And so they have to take note that they have 3 days more to do this. Voting is also ongoing. You can go to www.crossmarkapps.com or make sure you call the numbers that we put there for you to call. Let me also quickly bring this important LPM to your notice. And it says that this year at the Ghana Movie Con 2022, our panel discussion is on the topic improving our storytelling, reaching the rest of the world. Joining us on the panel is seasoned actress and producer Amake Abebese. She is known for her projects like The Barrier of Kojo, which happens to be Ghana's first official submission to the Golden Globe Awards. We have added a few more seats. Head to www.ghmoviecon.org to book a seat for free. So this is also, by the way, for you to have the notice ongoing. We also have to bring to your attention that the Ghana Influential Youth Awards, the prestigious awards for young people in Ghana, would be opening its nominations in February, in the month of February, just this month. There will be an opening of nominations so that you can have the nomination ongoing, so that we can have the second edition of the scheme also going on. My next question I want to ask is, I mean, why that passion and desire to help children with autism? I mean, how do you relate to it from childhood or anything to have such desire? Because this is a God-sent activity you're doing. How did it all start?
I knew I was definitely not going to skip this question on this interview. Yes, so somewhere in 2012, 2013 in university, I got the opportunity to volunteer at an autism center in Accra.
Okay.
And then that was when I realized that there are other amazing and incredible young people in our communities who definitely need that attention, love, and support from all of us.
Yeah.
And if the change has to be to be done or come into reality, I needed to be part of it. And so I told myself that this is about the time I started a journey of autism awareness in Ghana. And so going on to 2015 to end my session in the university, I decided to develop an Android application, which came up as the Autism Aid app as my final year project in school. And then the journey began from there till now.
Wow.
Yeah, so it was just a desire to support another group of people in the society, because if you listen to the stories of most of the children, you could have been asked. There is no known cause for autism. It can happen to any child in any family at any time. So it could have been me.
Anytime?
Yes. So if it's not me, so autism actually starts showing signs after 2 years. We start diagnosing autism after 2 years. So it could have been you. You could have had autism. I could have had. So if we don't, then we need to support that group of people. Yeah.
God bless you. God bless you. So we are looking at challenges with autism, and I mean, we're looking at how society can embrace and accept. Does autism have anything to do with spiritual witches, curses? Are they children from our gods in the rivers and the trees?
No.
You've heard this before?
Yes, I've heard this so many times. So as I mentioned earlier, autism doesn't have any known cause, not just in Ghana, not just in Africa, but across the world. Research is still ongoing.
Okay.
So we have social stigmas in our various communities, which adds up to say that a lot of these children are river kids, they are evil children, some are banished to leave communities and all that. I can strongly tell you that autism is just a developmental disorder. We all know that children grow in a particular way. Of course, no two children are the same, but then we expect that by 1 year, a child is already walking, or by 6 months, a child is crawling. By 2 years, a child is babbling and saying all the mama and the dada and the water and all that. Unfortunately, for children with autism, their brain development becomes different from ours. And so the basic things that you expect them to do at a particular age, they are not able to do it. And then we say what we call the triad of impairment. So there are 3 basic things that will let you know that this is a child with autism. So difficulty in communication.
That's one. Difficulty in communication.
Difficulty in interaction. And then in behavior. So it was very...
I want you to take that again. My producers will be showing those who are asking me what autism is. I will let Mamaga help us if they have any local name. But I think my production team, if you've seen what we are doing this year, we'll be showing you images of children with functional problems or functional difficulty or autism. So you'll be seeing some pictures with the on the screens. This year we are not going to be doing productions where we just talk and there's nothing pictorial to show you guys. You are going to be seeing a good research done by the production team as the show goes on, so they give you a vivid, pictures, or if possible videos of children with such difficulties. Okay.
Yeah,
so let's take it again so people learn.
So as I was saying earlier, the triad of impairments to know that a child has autism. One is communication. So it will be difficult for a child living with autism to openly talk to you as Rachel, how are you, and all that. No. It's also possible that the child may be doing sign language or using pictures. So one of the things I have in my app is visual aids, which helps children with autism to be able to communicate with you. So if he comes here and say, Richie, I want water, the child will point to a picture of a water that would say water, for you to know that that is what the child needs. Another triad of impairment for the children is interaction. So we live in community. You need to talk to people one way or the other.
Yeah.
Children with autism lack that kind of social interactive skills to live with people. And then the third is behavior management. And so we know we also have various behavior skills as people growing up that we expect that you do things in a proper way. Unfortunately, for children with autism, they have what we call the sensory issues. And so what might be okay for you or proper for you in behavior means may be improper for a child living with autism.
Okay.
It's very typical that a child living with autism may not sit on your chair, this chair that you are seated on right now, because of the color of the seat.
Color?
Yes. It's sensory to sight, what they see. It triggers a child to either be hyper or very calm. So those are some of the behavior challenges that children living with autism. It could even be sound. You can send a child with autism to an environment where there is so much noise. One may be happy. Another child with autism might scream all over, would want to hurt themselves, destroy things because oversensitivity to sound. And so those are some of the things we look out before we diagnose a child with autism. Yeah. And let me also say this, that Autism is not a physical disability.
Oh, spiritual.
And so you can see me, it's not physical. You can see me like this, but I have autism. My only challenge is that I can't communicate with you all. So you can't see anything.
What really is autism? Autism, is it the people that you see, they look alike? Or?
No, so...
You see what I'm trying to... Yeah.
So the clear difference is that autism is a neurodevelopmental disorder that has challenges in communication. So I can just look fine like this, but I have autism. The second group is Down syndrome. They are the children that looks alike. Everywhere you go in the world, a lot of them are in the Jolly Special School. Yeah. They have Down syndrome. And then we have another third group called Cerebral Palsy group. Yeah. They are the children who will be talking and be drooling. Some parts of their bodies will be straight. A typical example is Farida and her team of people. They have cerebral palsy. They don't have autism. Okay. So there are various groups of disabilities for children. Yes. Okay.
Okay. Wow. So we're having a detailed discussion on autism and the role of the society in embracing and all of that. The next question I'll be coming to would be society's decision to embrace all of these issues and how they can support. I have some messages here. This one says that this lady is God sent. I mean, these are people we need in our society. Okay, she's grateful. She's grateful. This one says that which other professionals do you work with to help these children with autism? Okay. Now let me ask this. Is it curable?
No. So there is no cure for autism, and I will state this again, not just in Ghana, but across the world. No one grows out of autism, but you manage it with therapies and interventions. So to also answer yours and answer the questions that is asking of the professionals, we have various therapies and professionals who help these children to improve from time to time. So like the speech and language therapy, occupational therapy, aquatherapy, academic skills, there are various therapies. You diagnose the child and do assessment, and then you know that Richie needs this type of therapies to help him improve. But there is nothing like a medication to help a child grow out of autism. I know 30 years with autism, 40 years with autism.
Okay, so those who are watching us on TV, we'll be showing you some images. And so that is you with the app, like the app is on display for the child. Okay. Yes. But this child looks normal.
Yes, she has autism. She's in the Volta region. I did a project with her in the community.
Wow. Yes. Wow. But is it hereditary? I mean, is it transferable from mother to child?
So there is no proof that is hereditary or genetic, but certain researchers have made us gotten a line or trace in the family. So there is a family I worked with: firstborn autism, secondborn autism, thirdborn autism, firstborn autism, second autism, third autism. The fourth-born didn't have. I'm currently
but what parents do they have?
No, I'm currently working with 2 sets of twins with autism. You can have one child and the rest of the children in the family will not have autism. And then it mostly affects boys than girls. So it's like 4:1. Yeah. If you come to our center, Hope Setters Autism Center in Tema, we have like 80% boys and 20% girls. So globally, autism affects more boys than girls.
Hey. Wow. You're doing well. You're doing well. We'll be showing you more images on the screens, so you get to have a pictorial evidence of what what we are talking about. Let me quickly come to Facebook. So this is what we are going to do. Because of how sensitive and important this discussion is, we are going to be opening the phone lines 40 minutes after 1. So the questions you are bringing, Mamaja can help address all of these issues for you. So if let's say somebody, because you said there's no scientifically proven evidence on it being genetic, is there a situation where we have somebody with autism getting married to somebody who doesn't have? Have you heard something before?
We are currently waiting for the whole study on marriage. Okay. So it's a fear for the families. No one wants to give their daughter out to a boy with autism. No one wants to give their son out to another girl with autism. So it's a difficulty for the families. They all grow and they leave home, but they also have affections.
Oh, really?
Yes, we have a lot of instances in the center when a particular boy is so much interested in a particular
Oh, you're
autism
kidding.
girl.
Yeah,
So you see, autism just affects some parts of their being, but they are regular like you and I. They are totally amazing people.
They have feelings for each other.
Children grow, and when you get to the adolescent stage, it comes with a whole lot of challenges and feelings altogether, even for the typical people or generations. It's a project that I'm currently working on with the UNFPA on looking at adolescent girls and autism, and even for the boys. They have feelings, they get erections, the girls are menstruating, they are showing attraction to other sex or other gender. So they grow just like you and I. The only difference is they can't talk like you are doing. They can't do certain things.
So it means
like
that an autism girl can get pregnant.
Oh yes.
A situation where you've seen some.
Yes. So that makes it a very dicey angle to go in their life. That makes the family so overprotective of children living with autism because they are so vulnerable.
Yeah.
In quotes, if a girl with autism gets raped, it will be difficult for her to tell you that, Richie, this man raped me.
You can't even identify exactly. Yeah.
It will be so difficult, and it's a reality that we are living with in Ghana, and especially for us who work with the children.
Yeah.
It's so difficult. That was one of the reasons why we started the boarding facility at our center. So we have a boarding house.
And you're very careful.
Yes.
Because amongst themselves, like you talk about affection.
In the 4 walls, the children are safe, and then we know we have trained teachers who won't abuse the children, but also take good care of them.
God bless you. God bless you. Wow. This one says that I'm getting very emotional. God bless her very well for the great job she's doing for Mother Ghana. This one says that does she need help or aid so that we know how to support? Okay. This one also says that, hello Richie, very brilliant discussion you're having on autism, an area people tend to shy away from and neglect them. Ask her, do they really suffer from stigmatization? This word, I thought civilization has made Ghanaians embrace all manner of persons. Stigmatization.
Richie, the stigma is so high, and as I mentioned earlier, it's now beyond the children to the families and even we, the professionals who work with them. One of the calls I had yesterday was a woman who has attempted suicide because she has a 4-year-old with autism. Family has neglected her. So the family of the husband claims that this is coming from you, the woman, your family is so spiritual, is so evil, and so we can't accept you and your child in the house. And it has become a suicidal issue. We have families that have been banned in the society. We've had rare cases where some of these children have been killed because they've become like an evil sensation to their family. So they need to leave the family so that others will progress. And it's so real in Ghana, especially the upper part of our country. It's so real. And unfortunately, we even have churches that have stopped members from attending church because they have. Yes, we've done initiatives with a couple of churches, and some of them have lived with that realities. Yes. So if you are a family or a mother with a child with autism that might not have accurate information on getting the best services for my child, you realize that you end up in prayer camps, and it becomes another ball game altogether. Yeah. Meanwhile, what the child needs are adequate therapies to help him improve. So we have the speech therapy that can help a child with autism gain speech at a point in time. Not fully, but about 100% talking.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow. 41 minutes to the top of the hour. Make sure you call us on the number 0302 971326. So we're going to open the phone lines at this moment. Call and ask Mamaga all the questions you want to ask. If you want to also support the project, we are coming to talk about her app and her organization. We're going to be talking deeper into it so that we also would take your call. 0302791326. 0302791326. Please call her so that she can answer all the questions that you have for her. This one says that, Richie, you are doing the most. Ask her. This is a difficult question. When children with autism or when they grow and they get pregnant, when they give birth, is there a real... Okay, we have a caller on the line. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. I don't know if we can quickly... She's okay. If we can have the speakers in our studio, because I think that's where we're having the problem. 030279 03027911326, 03027911326, and that's the image you are finding on your screens. And I can see some kids. Wow. So when somebody with autism gets pregnant, unfortunately or fortunately, and gives birth, is it that one?
Or there is a high tendency that a child with autism will give birth to a regular child.
Oh, without autism?
Yes, without autism.
Okay. How do you get money to do this project? Because this is not a profitable venture.
It's a purely social enterprise field, and people keep wondering why I would invest a mobile application into this part of the world. But it's worth it. It's fulfilling. Fortunately, we have individuals and organizations who willingly come to the centers to support their children. Also, because of the stigma, one of the realities we have encountered is that some organizations do not want to even have anything to do with us because they don't believe in a brand working with children with autism. So it's been ups and downs, but we are glad that we have the companies who also believe in CSRs going to support children with autism.
03027911326, 03027911326. Are there other care services outside Tema that I can contact for help?
Yes, there are a lot of centers in Accra as well.
Wow. So 03027911326. Call us if you have any support you want to support. You see, these are some of the things you should support, because for me, I have a principle. Every single year, I perform a social intervention project. Personally, I make donations. I look at areas where I can have support, and this is where you should support. Okay, we have a call on the line. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Yeah, I'm not here. If you can look at the speakers in the studio for me, because
can you hear
me? She's on the line, but we are not hearing from her. Hello, good afternoon. We cannot be losing these callers because most of them may have questions or have support for Mama Gan. So it's very important we get hold of all of these people so that we can have them on the line. 03027911326, 03027911326, so that we can have them connected on phone. Let me quickly come to text message. This one says that, okay, I think she has answered. Are there care service centers at different places as well? Okay. Right. So, what is the most challenge that you face? I mean, let me generalize. What are the challenges in this journey for you in touching lives? What has been some of the challenges that you have faced?
The bottom line of all the challenges still remains the stigma, because as I mentioned earlier, unfortunately, the stigma crosses the children and even gets to families and people working with them. And so for me, social inclusion is key. It's about time that the general Ghanaian society opens their arms to support children with autism. If you open up to love children with autism, you go down to even provide resources that would enhance the lives of the children. And so the stigma becomes the greatest challenge of it all.
Yeah. Okay. Wow. Hey, this question. All right. This one says that, please, I need her contacts and the contacts of her organization. These are some of the projects that I would want to support. Please make sure that she puts her number out before she leaves. We are a company, and I've been looking to have a CSR, and so I think this is very good for us. Okay, thank you so much. Thank you. She's going to put her number there so that you guys can support. 03027911326, 03027911326, so that we have this conversation. How many years now since you started doing this?
It's been 9 years.
9 years?
Yeah.
Wow. Has there been any point where you felt like giving up, you regret doing this?
So many times, but surprisingly, at the moments where you feel like giving up, that is where new initiatives, new ideas that you need to put together for these children also come up. So for me, I see it as a lifetime journey, because even after school, I had a lot of job opportunities, but I chose autism over them all because it's fulfilling.
Okay, we have a caller on the line. Hello, good afternoon.
Yeah, hello, good afternoon.
Yes, your name and where you're calling from?
My name is Ivy. I'm calling from Ashiye.
Okay, let's hear you, Ajia from Ashiye.
Yeah, I want to know the local names for this autism, especially in Ewe and Tree.
Okay.
Yeah, if possible in all the dialects. Thank you.
Very well, thank you, Ajia.
So we've worked on this thing for the past 5 years. There is no local name for autism in Ghana. We've called KNUST where they specialize in localizing names, and they still don't have any local name for autism.
So autism has no local name?
No, because it's probably also because Ghana hasn't made it a priority. If we had, we should probably have a local name for it.
And you're from in Suba,
No, so they are the superstition terms we give it, but that's not it.
Okay, we have a caller on the line. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon.
Your name and where you're calling from, madam?
Please, my name is Theophili. I'm calling from Sakradi.
Okay, not today.
Okay.
Okay, I'm a tardy boy until I. Hello? Okay, but you're a life into your tail.
I'm a trained teacher.
Okay.
And actually, I have one in my class. And you see, anytime I go to school, this guy, like this small boy, is always like all over me. And due to that, I have to give him extra attention. And,
Okay.
The way I'm listening to the lady, I think she's very good and knows how to handle these kids and stuff. And most parents don't even know. That their kids have these problems. So I think we should educate more parents on this so that they will know how to handle the child.
Yeah.
You see, sometimes it's really hard when they come to school. You explain everything to the child will not get it. And sometimes not the fault of the child, but the parents.
Okay.
See? So I really like what the lady is saying.
Okay. All right. Thank you so much. 030-279-1326, 030-279. Tell us what you want to tell us so far as autism and our community and the role we have to play is concerned. Make sure that you call us 030-279-1326. Wherever you're calling us from, we'll pick up the call. Words of encouragement, support, questions is allowed on the show. When you call us, please lower the volume on your TV set so that we can have a very good conversation so far as autism is concerned. And I have to put the numbers again across. It's 030-279-1326, 030-279-1. This is a very interesting question. This one says that is it true that some husbands leave their marriages because the wives sometimes give birth to children with dysfunctional problems?
A big yes. A lot
Really?
of homes and marriages and families are broken because there is a child with autism. And unfortunately, a lot of the blames do go to the wives and their mothers and the women. The men and the husbands will say that no, this kind of evil child is coming from your family, so we may have to separate. Yes.
But you were explaining, you said these people are not the insoba that...
No, they aren't. They aren't. Unfortunately, back in the days, years before...
Very primitive and ancient mindset.
Exactly, that was the thought. But now, in the current model of autism, we realize that they are children that you can train and groom to be independent and skillful.
Especially with the kind of app. Okay, we have a caller on the line. Hello, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
Your name and where you're calling from, madam?
Yeah, I'm calling from Somia, the Eastern region.
Okay, let's hear you from Somia.
Yeah. I want to ask the lady. I have a friend who is having a kid with autism.
Okay.
And she's been disturbing me to look for a school for that kid. She wanted to work. She has nobody. The father has neglected her with the child. She wants someone to be taking care of the child while she's off her working duty, and then later come for her for the child in the evening. But she's not having anybody. She was asking me if I could get a school that enrolls such kids.
Okay.
I have made a search. I couldn't get it. So now that I'm watching you now, I want to put that question across to the lady before.
Very well. Very well. She's going. Very well. She's going to answer at the moment.
Yes, so looking at where they are, unfortunately, there isn't any special needs school closed. So maybe the advice would be to bring the child to our place for assessment. If it's possible for us to enroll the child in a boarding facility,
yeah. You have a boarding facility.
Yes, we have.
So wherever you are in Ghana, even across.
We actually have children that have been brought outside Ghana
from other countries.
Yes, from other countries.
Of course, because if you guys have technology apps that help children to improve, I think it's a step in the right direction. 030-279-1326, 030-279-1326, 030-279-1326. Please call us. Ask all the questions you want to ask, suggestions, encouragements, and we would we'll do it for you. All those who are sharing, we are most grateful. Keep sharing so that we can have a very, very powerful conversation. We have a caller on the line. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon. Hello, good afternoon.
Afternoon. Hey, Richard.
Yes.
Please, I wanted to know whether the woman can give us how to download the app. No?
Yeah. It's true. She's going to give the app information,
but
right?
Forget, I'm the one selling the pork at you. You forget me.
You say you are the one that...
Selling the
pork. Oh, yeah. Oh, chairman. This evening I have to come for pork. You are letting everybody know I like pork meat. Excuse me. I'm going for a quick break. When I come back, we'll continue the show. I'll be back after the break. Welcome back from the break, Charlie. Hey, easy. Mamaga, yeah. I mean, how can somebody download the app? It's very important. You said it was on iOS, it was on Google Play Store. What's the name of the app? And if my producers have a picture of how the app, if we have a screenshot from Play Store or Apple, it also helps while she's telling, because people need it. People really have to get hold of this.
Yeah, so the app is called Autism Aid App.
And just simple as that.
Yes, Autism Aid App. Immediately you type, it will come there, and then it's available on the Google Play Store and then the App Store for both downloads. So wherever that you are in the world, you can download it.
Wow.
Yes.
Wow.
We've had success stories over the years from people outside Ghana who are using the app and then are sharing their impact stories with us. So wherever you are, you can download the Autism Aid App.
Wow. You can call us on 030-279-1326, 030-279-1326. Call us. Ask us all the questions you want to ask, so that you are saying there are people who are enrolling in the school even out of Ghana.
Yes.
The boarding facilities and all of that.
Yes.
And for that one, I'm sure, like you said, the proper care and everything goes on there. Now, I have a test here. It says that she is naturally beautiful. She's naturally beautiful. I'm curious. She isn't married because there's no ring. That's just by the way. Where do autistic people live? And how can I tell if my family needs such care? This is Erickson from Volta region, Aflao. She's naturally beautiful. I'm curious. She's not. Are you married? He wants to know.
No, please. I'm highly single. I'm not married.
You are single?
Yes.
Okay, so Erickson from Volta region. She's single, but we'll ask my producer if. Okay, so sorry, I mean, you are watching Youth Empowerment television show, and 030-279-1326, 030-279-1326. Today I'll be beaten. Okay, let me quickly look at the text message whilst we are waiting for the callers. This one also says that, yeah, I think she's doing very well, and she has to quickly put her numbers there before we forget. So we are picking last two phone calls. 030-279-1326, 080-3232-1026. Please call us and let us answer all the problems that you are encountering so far as all of these issues are concerned. When you call us, please lower the volume on your TV set so that we can have a conversation. Now, I want to ask you this. I mean, how long has this app been in operation? And can you quickly give us a brief of how to use the app?
Yes, so the app came live publicly in April 2016. And as I mentioned earlier, it's available on the Google Play Store and App Store for downloads across the world. The Autism Aid that basically provides visual aids for children with autism to enhance their communication and also to promote social inclusion. We have an awareness session in the app where the general public can read more about children living with autism and how to better work with them or integrate them in the society. Because as I mentioned earlier, we want to reduce the high rates of stigmatization, and so we also have information about autism in the app for people to download and read more about the children.
Okay. Wow. Now, I would want you to look at this camera and let us know the kind of support you need, who you are calling on, because for what you're doing, you definitely need the support of our country, the support of Africa and the world as a whole. So you need to speak to the people watching, you speak to the world here, and after that you add your contact and any other details to this camera.
Hello, wonderful people of Ghana, Africa, and the world at large. My name is Alice, and I'm reaching out to you today to open up your arms to support children living with autism and their families, not just in Ghana, but across the world. And also for corporate Ghana and even individuals. If you have any resources, it can be funding, it can be items, it can be anything. It can even be your time to volunteer to support children with autism. If you are happy and willing to join our team in doing that, you can always reach out to me and contact me on 0279 258302. I'll mention it again. 0279 258302. It's about time we all come together to support children living with autism because they are amazing people and they are not evil as we think they are. Thank you.
Thank you so much. And somebody is asking me, how can you know if a child has autism? I think you answered, but maybe the person wants you to hit it up again. How do I know
you can know a child has autism when the child has difficulty in communication and has serious behavior challenges.
Yeah.
You first of all have to take the child to a neuropediatrician. So we have regular doctors who takes care of children in general, but we also have neuropediatrician who can only diagnose that the child has autism. Unfortunately, there are only 5 in the whole of the country of Ghana, and so
5.
Yes, it's a bit scarce getting them. But then you can always reach out to neuropediatricians who will do the actual medical diagnosis to tell you that a child has autism. When you bring the child to our center, we can only do assessment for you. But professionally, we will need a medical diagnosis of a doctor to tell us that a child has autism and is on this particular level. Yes. So,
wow. So there are levels to it.
Yes, there are levels of autism. Some can be extremely hyper and functional. Some can be extremely calm and very low in IQ. Can't do a lot.
Very high means that some can be.
So when it comes to our center, we have children with high IQ in terms of children who can draw without looking on any paper or any picture.
Oh, some are extremely
very skillful,
intelligent.
Extremely intelligent. We have another girl at our center who is now doing modeling. Another boy is there who is now being trained as a newscaster. So we have a lot of children who can do amazing things that you and I may not even be able to do. Yeah. I wish one day your team can pay a visit to the center and see the boy who draws. So he draws various. He can draw you as he sits.
Wow.
You just have to mention something to him that, Edwin, draw this animal for me, and he won't look on any picture to draw. He draws from his mind, which he can do, but a child with autism can amazingly do that.
Wow.
Yes.
Can we have the number again?
So the number is 0279
0279
25 8302.
Let's take it again.
0279
0279
25 8302.
Wow. Thank you so much. It's been a pleasure having you here. God bless you for such a very unique, different, impactful initiative that you're embarking on. We'll do our best every time here at Pan African TV to support you, and we wish you well. Now, we are calling on corporate bodies, private sector, all of you, even in your individual capacities, please support such a very important move. Children living with functional challenges or autism need your help. They are part of our stigmatization must stop. You don't know what the future holds for you. So when you are doing all these things, you need to be careful, and let's give the support and attention that they need. This is where time will permit us on another exciting edition of Youth Empowerment Television Show. We bring this program to you every Tuesday, Wednesdays, and Thursdays at 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. We serve you with great content, which is so powerful for youth analysis to impact the lives of our young people. If you say a prayer, say something for me. Next week is going to be very, very hot and fire. Next week, we are going to be treating abortions and STIs. We are going to be bringing a female or male celebrity in the studio to look at the roles they are playing. And then we are going to look at another very sensitive issue people don't talk about. Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, 1 p.m. to 2 p.m. We shall be here. If you say a prayer, say something for us. We always do this for God and countries. Bye-bye for now.